Well, the Cowichan sweater has been a Vancouver Island treasure for generations, and now it is recognized as a national icon. The federal government has designated the sweater to be an item of historic significance, saying it brings to life the spiritual, cultural, and physical ties that the First Nations people have to Canada. As CTV's Jet Bazzi shows us, the sweater knitting is an art steeped in cultural tradition.
John George quietly knits, his hands moving quickly as he uses a rare and coveted skill taught by his elders. He makes sweaters for a living. It takes him hours to make one, and his soul goes into every piece.
Enjoyed doing my knitting and having people find out to hear, the great work that we do. And now getting recognized is much greater than when we first started.
Each Cowichan sweater is unique, distinctive, and bold, with patterns that honor his ancestors. The Cowichan people have been making them for centuries, and today the Canadian government acknowledged that, designating the Cowichan wool sweater an item of national historic significance.
Really appreciate the fact that there's recognition of an old art form that our elders and our ancestors had practiced long before contact, so it was a good fit, and I'm really happy about the announcement.
Cowichan sweaters are symbolic of the First Nations' proud history and also an economic driver of its future. They are sold worldwide for hundreds of dollars. Chief Alphonse hopes today's designation will help grow the demand for Cowichan sweaters.
We were talking about bringing the sweater back into full production here in the Cultural Center, and plan on following through with that idea because of the demand, especially in Japan and China.
These Cowichan sweaters are handmade. It will take one knitter close to 75 hours to complete one sweater. And one thing is, no two sweaters are alike. Emily has been knitting for years. From blankets to slippers and sweaters, each piece has its own story. And she says these stories need to be protected by a copyright.
We would know that nobody can't take the designs or copy them. And say that when, I can't remember that name of that company that tried to get us to make their sweaters exactly the same, but we couldn't do that. That was for the Olympic Games.
The wool flows through their fingers today, just like it did in the hands of their ancestors, knitting a sweater woven with Canadian history. Jet Bazzi, CTV News, Cowichan Valley.